My title is Going Through Life Before and During the Pandemic. And the secret is out. I'm 71, coming on the 29th. And before the pandemic, I traveled a lot, especially last year. So here now, if you can guess, where is this place?
Okay.
Yeah. The Golden Pavilion at Yangon, Myanmar. If you can see, we are all barefooted because visitors are not allowed to wear any footwear. So I learned my basic tenets here in Buddhism, and there's a lot of similarities with our Catholic faith. Next. Joey's here and my previous residence at the JR. And you can also see where I am, where I was with my family. Ako lang ang nagpakita dyan, pero marami akong kasama. Okay. And this is in Verona, Italy. And I'm with my daughter living, who is residing in Kansas with my twin apos. So this is just a small... Hello? Yeah, this is small Colosseum in Verona, Italy, where the scene of Romeo and Juliet in that balcony was shot. A shoot, okay, or shot. Okay, next please. Shot. Tagalogin ko na nga lang kasi. Next please. Diba ang tinitingnan dyan ni Joey, nakikita nyo? Kami nakatingin sa camera, siya nakatingin sa iba. I don't know who or what.
Tiyak na sexy girl yan.
Next please. At the Duomo in Milan, Joey had a conference there and we all came together with my only daughter and her twins. So namasyal kami one of those days with a very sunny and hot day. Okay, next please. This is in Korea, in Nami Island, where usually they shoot Korea telenovela, and the array of trees in this area is very famous. So we took a picture also. This is Joseph, my eldest, who is a neurosurgeon. His wife is an OB, and this is my daughter-in-law, Yvette. And these are all my Philippine-based apos. Okay. Next, please. So this is in front of the Gyeongbok Palace in Seoul, South Korea. And they took the chance to wear their national costume, the hanbok. And it's an enjoyable time for us because it's cold and it's windy and everything is in Korean. So kimchi and ano pang alam niyo sa Korean? Ramyeon. Yon. Okay. Next. Okay. Yan. So this is last year where we went to a Holy Land tour. And number one in our destination was the Petra in Jordan. This is an incredible architecture where this building was actually carved out of this stone. But I think a lot of you have been there, so no more explanation. Okay, thank you. Next. And this is a view of Mount Sinai, and Joey and I were trying to go up there, but we weren't able to because they want to go on a trip at the early morning at 2 o'clock just to watch the sunrise. And I said, no more sunrise, my heart cannot take it. So there we are, just at the foot of Mount Sinai. Okay, next please.
Did you meet Moses?
Hello? Yeah, what?
Did you meet Moses?
No, I didn't. It's a cat named Moses. Yeah, I met the cat named Moses. So this is the beach, a stretch of the beach in the Red Sea, and we found a place where I can take a picture and a lovely, I think pwedeng pang paint ito. Chari. Tingnan mo, ha? Ang ganda-ganda niya. Yeah. Pwede siyang i-paint.
Aalisin kita. Kasi mahirap kang ibinta.
Sige, dapat lang. Not worth painting. Okay, next please. Yan. So the highlight of our trip was when we renewed our vows, marriage vows in Cana at the chapel of the Divine Mercy. So we were required to wear white, and I wore a veil and all that. So this was during my birthday. So we renewed our marriage vows, and after this, we went to the River Jordan. Next slide, please. Where I also, where baptismal vows. And here's an onlooker. I think kilala niyo siya kung sino. Yon. Siya yung naging sakristan na father na kasama namin na pare. So this is the River Jordan. I think this is one place where the river is not dirty. As you can see, the water is clear, and a lot of visitors come here to be again baptized. Not actually baptized, but renewal of baptismal vows. Right. So this was done in one day, and during my birthday. Okay.
Litz, the priest looks Oriental. He is Asian or Filipino?
Filipino, yes. Kasama naming pare.
I see.
Kasama naming pare. Okay. Next, please. So there we are. The stones are very slippery, and one photourist is trying to alalay. Baka ako madulas kasi maraming moss. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Next. Yeah. So the last of our stop was in Egypt. As you can see, the pyramids there it's an awesome structure, and one of those stone there weighs about 20 tons. Okay.
Which one?
Huh?
Which one there? Alin na stone dyan na 20 tons? Yeah, the one beside you?
Yeah. Nasa ilalim yung iba niyan. 20 tons. Pero yung mga tao nandun. Yung mga bato, di ba? Mas mataas pa sa tao. That's why it's one way. 20 tons.
Di ba made of hay yan? Hay and clay?
No, it's limestone. Limestone. Lime. A limestone yan.
Kasi sa Ten Commandments, may mga hay eh. Yung inaapakan ng clay.
Hindi clay. It cannot be clay. Kasi limestone, ang tigas niya.
No, I mean hay. Hay. Di ba may hay na ginamit doon?
For, no, yung Ten Commandments kasi, alam mo na, pelikula lang yun eh. So, okay na. So, at the end of that trip, isang kisap mata naging Pasko. So, this is December 2019. And this is my youngest son. He preferred to be bald kasi inaahit niya yan. And this is my daughter-in-law. Both of them are vets. And this is Sherry, the wife of Joseph. And these are all my apos. And my best boyfriend.
Ex-boyfriend.
Okay. Next slide, please. December ito. And January, hindi ba meron tayong get-together? Birthday yata ni Roy Lim. And here we are again. Everybody, we're gathered. Lilia there. And the two silver foxes. Jose.
Vilma and Tessie.
Albert, husband of Carmen. And my best friend. And of course, ako Makikay. Yes.
Okay. Where was that?
January.
No, where?
In somewhere in Pasig.
Okay.
It was a rented event place.
Ba't wala ako dyan?
Hindi ko alam.
Hindi niyo ako inimbita.
Hindi, kasama ka. It's a public invitation. So, nandito lahat yung family ni Roy.
Alright.
Oo. Marami tayo rito, 2 tables o 3 yata tables ang class 74.
Sa iba yata ako napasok sa Pasig sa Biglang Liko.
Doon ba sa mga drive-in ka napunta?
Sa Biglang Liko. Okay, next.
Okay. So this
Yun.
is when Abe, Lydia are about to go back to US, and we usually host a lunch. Basta yung favorite place namin is Magnolia Robinsons. So ito yung
Ah,
mga kaladkarin at mga kaladkarin group. Basta may sinabi ang isang, tara na, lahat pumupunta. So
ah,
Lydia is our guest of honor. And Abe is about to go home too. So we had a good lunch, and pinapaalis na kami dito kasi sobra-sobra na, more than 3 hours na kami nagkukwentuhan. Order
hindi na
ng
kayo.
lunch, inabot ng merienda, andito pa rin kami. Tamo, wala nang laman yung mesa, andyan pa kami. So
Dapat
this is the
tuloy-tuloy yung order.
this is the last time that we saw together each other without mask and without the shield. Ito yung before the pandemic. Next, please. Okay. Yeah, so pandemic na, and I'm at the lobby of a hospital somewhere in Quezon City. Next, please.
Now.
Yan. So, during the pandemic, na-inspire akong to explore this is not my sketch, by the way. We went to Tamawan village in Baguio City, and there's this what's it called, yung tawag mo doon, self-supporting student ng art, ng fine art, and andun siya
very nice
to sketch, and he had my picture taken, tapos ini-sketch na ako ng charcoal pencil.
Yes.
Okay, so next please. Yeah. So na-inspire ako.
Kala ko si Connie,
one of my first
Connie.
Yeah, this is my first attempt at watercolor painting. As you can see my signature there.
Very nice.
This is
very
just
nice.
Yeah, freehand. Kaya naka-frame na kasi siya, kasi ito yung aking tinatawag na virgin case of virgin painting pala.
You have to pay more Litz.
Okay, next please.
Ganda.
And this is what I did with my apo, Ellie, and I drew this with the color pencils lang. If you see these little tiny insects there, it's Ellie's drawing, not mine. So the flowers are mine, and Ellie did this ladybug. And I don't know another insect there. Siya lang yung nakakaalam. Next, please. Now, this is what I had in this pandemic when we had enhanced community quarantine. I was inspired to think about going back to nature. Now, you hear the sound of water, you hear the bees and the wind, and you lie down on the ground, and this is where, back to nature. This is where what pandemic showed us, that we should go back to nature, purify our environment, and do your environmental purification. Next, please. So that's my signature there. And this is what I did, Chari. Remember the picture I showed you in the Red Sea? I was subtracted from the picture. This was also mine. I did it just 3 weeks ago. Yan. Okay. This is all watercolor and a little bit of acrylic. The acrylic one is this one. This is all watercolor. Okay. Thank you. Next, please. And my son also doubles in painting. His medium is mixed. Para siyang Van Gogh here. And he also uses watercolor, acrylic, lahat-lahat. Meron siyang mga makikintab na dinidikit dyan, and I don't know. He loves to do nature scenes. Next, please. And my only granddaughter also does painting, and this is her piece during her class exhibit. and that's her name there. And she does pictures and flowers. Next, please. And she not only paint the canvas, but she also paints her face. That's what she's like. She loves drawing. Now she's doing anime or manga art online. Next, please. So, pandemic or no pandemic, on the weekend, we go to a refuge in San Pablo at the foot of the hill. So, next slide. This is our refuge in San Pablo at the foot of the hill. As you can see, it's elevated, and I plant all these ornamental trees, coconut, pandan coconut, and rambutan, and all the things there. Joey and I love to grow bonsai. Next, please. This is the entrance to the house, and we have a forecasting stone. So we forecast, like, if the stone, this stone is wet, it's rain. If the stone is dry, no rain. If there's a shadow, it's sunny. If it's gone, the weather forecast is typhoon. If it's swinging, it's windy. If it is shaking, that's volcanic eruption. And if this stone is underwater, therefore, there's tsunami. So yan ang aming pag-asa, prediction, and forecasting stone in San Pablo. Next slide. This is, you can guess, can you guess who's this? Very good. So this is San Francisco. We got this statue from in Paite, Laguna, because Joey's ancestors come from Paite. Sige, next please. These are the bonsai trees that we propagated in San Pablo. It's in the yard, and as you can see, some of them are on the ground, some of them are elevated. And this is one yucca plant, and this is a guava tree from Malaysia. Next, please. And these are some of my bonsai. This is more than 50 years old. As you can see, we try to nurture it by constantly trimming the leaves and the branches, and we discipline the way where it goes by wiring. Yun ang nakakaano sa bonsai. This is the difficult way to do. And this is an angat bush. So you can see it's old, but the leaves are small, and it loves the sun, and that's one wire that anchors it to the trunk. Next. There's another bonsai, and this is a composite ficus tree. You remember ficus is, hindi ko alam kung anong ficus sa Tagalog. Ano ba yan? Hindi ko na alam. Balete. Okay. So, ito yung pinagsama-samang old balete, and then wired together, put a rock underneath, and then mold it into whatever shape you like. Next, please. So, this is another composite bonsai. Again, pinagsama-samang balete. And then we wire it and then bend it down. So, we call it the cascading type of bonsai. Next, please. Again, since Joey is from Paite, we have some collection of Paite sculpture. This is, of course, Madonna and Child. This is not from Paite. This is from Portugal anyway. Next slide, please. And of course, Saint Joseph the Worker, who's my patron saint. These are tiles made from a potter in Yaong, Quezon. So ito yung ginawa kong frame, and this is a retablo or a relief one. So this is a whole plank of wood, and the sculptor tried to ang kaya siya ang retablo, ang relief. So andito siya. It's just not 3D, 2D yata tawag sa ganito. Next slide, please. And this is not from San Pablo. This is not from Paite. This is from Thailand. I collect some of this tawag natin, relief sculpture. And this is also from Thailand. Anyway, next slide, please. I also collect masks from my travels abroad, and I put them on the one of the wall in San Pablo. If you can recognize this is from Bali, Indonesia, and this is from New Zealand. This is from, I don't know anymore. I forgot. Anyway, some of them are from Korea. Some of them are here. This is a bamboo, and this is from Quezon. Okay, next slide. And yes, this is this is the fruit of my labor in San Pablo. I become a farmer. I become a weekend farmer in San Pablo. I propagate ornamental plants, trees. So these are my avocados, and the soil is so rich that they become so huge that they become papaya-like in size. So I harvest them during July or August every year. Kung pwede ko lang itong teleport sa inyo, ginawa ko na. Kasi talagang, this is creamy and walang bunot. Okay, next slide. So in August, we harvest rambutan, and this is what you call the Thai variety, RR. They call it wrong rain, and they grow in bunches such as this. So there's a roof just here, and I just handpick them up. So I get the scissor and snip some of the fruits. Okay. Marami lang langgam na itim, so careful with the bites. Okay. Next slide. So I also grow orchids there, and this is one of my favorites because yellow is my favorite color. And this is what we call dancing ladies. If you can see, there's the skirt, the hip, and the arms, and the face. So ang tawag sa orchid na ito ay dancing ladies. Next, please. So I also grow dendrobium, and these are part of the bonsai that is in the yard. Okay. Please. Next. Yan. Ito, dendrobium. Ano ba ang tawag dito sa bulaklak na ito? Nakalimutan. Cattleya. This is what we call graduation flower because it flowers during March and April, and they grow a bunch of all white cattleya. Kinain siya ng uod from this time. Ito. Kinain ng uod. So sorry. Anyway, we got a graduation picture kasi puting-puti. And we make a corsage and pin it on the chest of a graduate. Next, please. So now are we approaching now our sunset or sunset years? So kung sunrise ka, you still have time to do your adventure, do your new dream. But most of us are in our sunset years. But even during our sunset years, next slide please, you can still live a colorful life, doing all your funny activities, reunions, gatherings with friends, making alaga sa inyong apo. So I took this picture of zinnia in my garden, and I prefer to have a more colorful life in my dwindling years. Either next, please. Being a shining beacon light to others. You choose. It's your choice. Or, next, please. Enjoy life with your loved one and friends. And since family and friends are everything, I chose to be, as parting words, live as if you were to die tomorrow. Learn as if you will live forever, from Mahatma Gandhi. Thank you very much. And I like to say thank you to those organizers of this monthly Zoom meeting. We see each other. Some might, leave this world. But sa akin, kung ano yung natitirang years natin, we make do and live and love and eat, drink, be merry, for tomorrow we die. Thank you very much. Thank you.